It's me again, the hag from the Hag's Hollow. This is part 2 of vlog number 3. And I was just talking about this book, and I flipped through all the pages. Before I get into this part, I did want to say this book is not completely finished. I haven't put on the corners. I haven't done my charm. You can see that this side is perfect, but I thought, oh, I don't need to brush up on my pamphlet stitching, and promptly screwed it up royally. But this is for me, so that's okay. Lesson learned, and I could have cut it out and re-sewn it in. But I was kind of frustrated by the time I got to this point that I was just like, it's fine. I'll put a charm on it. I'm really the only one that's ever going to see it outside of this video. One thing I'm really disappointed about is I don't know what I was thinking, but when I trimmed all the pages and proudly talked about it on one of my other videos, I cut them all to the size of this decorative paper, which was a mistake because now it's like a 1/2 inch too short. There's still a good 1/2 inch where the paper could be there. And so, consequently, this paper is much shorter than I would like it to be for my purposes. So I'm not terribly happy about that. Although I do like the book overall. I'm very happy with how it has turned out, despite its many flaws. This is the first one, so I knew it was going to be just kind of a hot mess. But I made these today. I was poking around on the interwebs over the weekend while I was finishing up some of the cover stuff for the other books, which I'll show in part 3. For the other 3 books that go with this, you know, I'm making a group of 4. I did get the papers on the covers and the spines, and I'll show that in part 3. These are little pocket tags, and I made them out of envelopes. I looked at several videos. Some people do this out of book pages, and I'll make some of those too because those looked really fun. But I saw at least 2 videos where they used, you know, those envelopes that come with your bills or that you get with like solicitations for charity or other, you know, types of things like that, that I don't necessarily use. And I've been saving some in an envelope for months and months. And these are ones with no window. I have a big pile of ones with windows. But this is 2 envelopes together. And I didn't think to get a thing. So one I folded, you know, this is the end of the back envelope. And then I took a second envelope and I folded it up more and nestled it inside. So you get a pocket here, you get a pocket here. And then once I had glued the envelopes together but not glued these flaps down, I cut it into a tag shape and cut the top open up here and folded this down. And I did go ahead and cover the back with some book paper because I'm not sure if I'm going to glue it down or, well, I am probably, this is probably what's going to happen with these or some other version of this, is I'll glue one on each end for tucking things in. Maybe some little notes or some doodads or just some ephemera. But you put a little ribbon in here. But it's super easy. So it's just 2 envelopes glued together. I used scrap paper for the front here where the pockets are. So you get, this could potentially be a 4-pocket tag. So you've got your pocket here, you've got your pocket here, you've got a pocket here that goes the full length of the envelope. And then if you did not glue down the very top, or let's say you just glued the sides like this, then you could slide in another tag back here once you were done. And I may do that with this. I may glue these or something like it. Maybe one's made out of book pages. For the book pages one, what somebody had done was taken 2 book pages and glued them together. And they were using a sewing machine. They had sewed around. And I'll see if I can find the video and link it in the down bar. She had 3 or 4 different styles. They were very cute. Super fun to put into journals. And then she had folded other book pages in half and made little pockets and cut them like a tag. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you could glue that down and maybe draw a border around it. Like, these are edged, so that's fine. But on something like this, maybe you could, you know, the way you kind of ink in around an ATC, that border that you want, the little sketchy kind of border, you could kind of do that with this. But it was so cute. So I would really recommend that video. It will be in the down bar. I can't even remember the lady's name. But I will definitely link it in the down bar because you should go watch the video. It showed maybe 5 different kinds of ways to make pockets, whether they look like tags or not. Like, you don't have to punch the hole. I could have left this square, or I could have folded down this side too. You know, there are other options, but I just thought this was super cute. And it could be glued down like this. So if you were gluing it down and you were making it, you wouldn't need to put anything on the back. You could just glue the envelope flat down there. Nobody's ever going to know. But let's say you had a really big tuck spot. And I don't have any really big tuck spots in my journals. Because it's not wide enough. And I didn't think to, like, here when I glued this down, if I had just glued the 3 sides, I would have a nice tuck spot in there. But I didn't do that. So there's 2 ways that I fell down in doing this. 2 things that I really kind of screwed up on. I didn't take advantage of all the spots where I could have made a tuck spot in some of the reinforcing. Let's see if I can find one. Like here, I reinforced this. If I had made that a little longer and maybe just a little wider and just glued down along the spine and the sides here, I could have had a tuck spot there. You know, I missed some opportunities for creating tuck spots and additional pockets. Not that I'm going to cry all day long about that. It's just I see a potential there. But what I could do is, where's that blue piece of paper? I'm always losing the blue piece of paper. What you could do is, if you had, you know, this, you could tuck it in here like that. That would be cute. You could take, I've got, so if you had, you would probably want to do this on a flimsy page. Like, I wouldn't pin this onto this is a flimsier page. But on one of the thicker, sturdier pages, you could take this and just, you know, paper, oops, no, it's not going to work. I have trouble with these paper clips because I'm not used to them, but you could clip it right on there like that. Or if you had one of those decorative ones with the little dangly bits on it, that would be fun too. So that's a way to add something in. And you could even add it in as a tip-in on a page. Before you started using it, you could just washi tape it onto there. And you probably want to go this way with it though. And then you could flip it open and even, you know, put a picture or a little collage, some other design element on the back if you liked. But so it could totally also be a tip-in. That would be awesome. But I made 3 of them because I only had 6 envelopes with no windows in them. But you could make this out of regular paper, just, you know, cut it to the size you like. You can make them wider and taller or skinnier and shorter. It's whatever you want to make it into. That's really cool. I like the possibilities of it. And I like the accent of the book page with the decorative paper. You could use matte papers. You could use all book pages with some edging. It looks really cool with the sewing. If you watch the video that I link, she sewed around hers, and if I had a sewing machine, I totally would, because it looks really neat. I like the effect, but I haven't got a sewing machine, so I can't, oh boo-hoo, I can't sew my pages together. So that may well be, although maybe I would like something a little bit wider, so I might do one out of book pages. I'm going to try some of those later. I'll probably make 6 or 10 of those because I'm making 4 journals and I want to have a variety of things that I can tuck